All right. All right. With me this morning is a candidate for mayor of the city of Canton, Willis Gordon, Democrat. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to have you with us this morning.
Good to be here.
So let's talk about, first of all, for folks who may not know you,
Sure.
give me a little bit of background. Tell us a little about yourself.
So my name is Willis Gordon. I was born and raised in Canton, Ohio. I went to Glen Oak High School. I went to the United States Navy right after school. Did 4 years, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia. Came back home, and I've been here ever since. Worked at the Starr County NAACP for quite some time. It's probably where some folks know me from this area recently through George Floyd summer and COVID in 2020. I'm currently the Veterans Affairs Chairman for the Ohio NAACP, and I am a Kent State Golden Flash as well. So.
Oh, NCAA tournament, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, what made you want to run for mayor of Canton?
So, I love this city, and I really do. And since I've been a kid, and this is something that I've started to do when I was in high school, my first campaigns that I started volunteering for John Boccieri in 2004. My cousins had me go out and work for Barack Obama in 2004 to get him to the U.S. Senate, and then I volunteered again in 2008 and worked very hard to get him there. And then since I've been back, and really while I was gone as well, I did a lot of advising and working on other campaigns and doing a lot of things with the Democratic Party. I'm currently on the executive committee of the party. Um, but I love our city, and I just look at where we are right now, and I had to get out from behind the scenes. We've got a 61% increase in violent crime. We've had, so much population loss. We've had so much poverty. We've got the second highest child poverty rate in the country for cities our size. And so I just couldn't sit by anymore.
One thing that I hear from people within the city, they say the two things they're concerned about is the crime, and the crime has increased with young people.
Yes.
We're seeing that so much.
Yes.
And also, people are concerned about their neighborhoods
Mm-hmm.
because that's always a backbone of a strong city is a strong neighborhood.
Yes.
How would you address those two things?
So Canton is a city of neighborhoods, first and foremost. Downtown is very important. That's a crown jewel of our city, as well as the Hall of Fame and these other things. But it is important that, as my mentor at the NAACP, Deb Shamley, used to say, that this is a both and, not an either or. So the big thing with crime is there are two things that has to be done. It has to be taken out at the head, where it's getting the shooters off our streets, making sure our neighborhoods are safer, making sure that this 61% increase in violent crime goes down. Um, but the other piece is attacking the poverty problem. And that's a big thing because crime has a very deep root in poverty, and attacking that's going to be a big thing. And that means investing in our neighborhoods, actually making sure that we're doing the infrastructure and not just the stuff that people see during Hall of Fame weekend, but the things that are actually going on south of 12th Street outside of downtown. That's a big thing. So real economic influx into those areas. Every neighborhood, we've got a 9-ward plan. Every neighborhood needs taken care of.
So, your first day in office, you walk in, sit down. What's your priority?
So our priority, if you go to electwillisgordon.com, you'll see a lot of the things that we need to do. For a short conversation, what I would say is this: economics, infrastructure, public safety. We have to be able to get this economy back under control. Our unemployment rate is skewed in the city of Canton because there are so many people on government assistance and living in abject poverty. A third of our wards live in 35% poverty rates or higher. We've got this situation where the first thing that we have to do is make sure that we're taking care of people. That's why our affordable child care program is going to be a big deal. The other thing to take care of is making sure that we build up the infrastructure, not just the neighborhoods, but building that all electric train from Canton to connect Akron and Cleveland. Through those federal dollars. Those are things that create jobs, they build up our infrastructure, they make us safer, cleaner, greener. And then also it's going to be the public safety piece, getting a hold of crime, making sure this stuff does not happen to any more families. I lost my brother 2 days after I turned 18 to gun violence. I can't have that happen to anybody else. So we have to get this stuff down.
So, in your video on your website, you talk about common sense and bold action.
Absolutely.
Tell me what that is.
So a lot of the times when we talk about government programs in the past, they're just trying to reinvent the wheel or doing something that doesn't make any sense. If any of us who have been around Stark County for long enough know, you can't throw a brick without hitting a nonprofit in this town. So the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are, we're duplicating each other's work a lot of times, and that's a big frustration in that community. Government needs to understand that it can't fix every problem and that there are people out there who are already doing the work. So what do we need to do? We need to signal boost those people. We need to make sure they have the resources they need. Government needs to be a good steward of the community. That means working with them in public-private partnerships and making sure that we can grow. Bold action, that just simply means not using the same failed politics of the past, that got us into this situation in the first place. What have we been hearing since we were in elementary school? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So we've got all these situations where, we've tried this before. Violent crime has gone up. Jobs are down. People are losing hope. And we have to believe in the power of the possible and being able to take those bold steps to do things like affordable childcare and reliable public transportation and real infrastructure programs and reform. That's what we have to do.
As you look at the city of Canton now, under a mayor that has, been in public service for a very long time,
Yes.
obviously, what good things do you see about the city right now?
I see, one, our biggest resource, and the thing that I'm the most proud of is our people. That is just, we've got such a great culture here. The art scene is amazing. We've got so much potential in this town. And that's why I think it breaks my heart to see the things like the crime rate, to see the things like the jobs leaving town, to see things like our infrastructure crumbling, because there are so many people here making it work just in those circumstances. So I think that, our downtown and the special improvement district has been doing amazing things. Visit Canton's been doing amazing things. Obviously the Hall of Fame's doing really well. And I really, really hope that this village is going to be a boost to our community that we need and that we're ready for that. But really, at the end of the day, it's the people, and I want to give them the opportunity to do better.
If you had one thing to say to the folks who are watching this, why they should vote for you, what would it be?
So I'll say this. I have been tested in many different ways, both personally and professionally, over time, in many ways that the other candidates have not. We're in a situation now where this calls for change. It calls for bold action. It calls for somebody who can actually get the job done and who has the connections that I have. Go to willisgordon.com to see, all the things that we're about. But somebody who's going to take a hold of the crime problem, take care of our economy, make sure that people are safe, and bring us from the old world into the new. That's really what it's about.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
I appreciate it.